Julian, you can pull out Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with my head. There I am. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with my head on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's body. You can call 1-800-529-5465 right now. Ahmed has been waiting 50 minutes for this call. Ahmed, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
I come to United States with fiancé visa, K visa.
Great.
That was August 1st, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I married after 20 days.
Mm-hmm.
Since this date until now, I didn't make my adjustment status.
Why?
And didn't apply for any immigration paper because my wife wasn't supporting me to do that on purpose.
Why on
She
purpose?
was trying to not put her name on any paper, formal paper for me.
Why?
For example, she refused to support me at a bank to get my credit card, refused to put me on her tax, refused to put me in her medical insurance.
Why?
Why? That because she had a bad history with her ex-husband, because she bring him to United States and make paper for him and married him for 15 years. After that, he take everything and divorce her. So all she want to bring me here and put me in home and be like babysitter for her 6 kids, be her lover into the home only. All these 10 months we married, anyone ask her who with you, she say he my friend. Even we married.
Is there any physical abuse?
Sorry, sir?
It sounds like there's emotional abuse.
Yes.
Is there
yes,
physical
and
abuse?
I have other problem. Before I come to United States, I was in Egypt. I was working a bedroom gas company. I have good career there. I lost all of that.
Is there physical abuse?
Yes.
Okay.
Not by hitting me, but...
All right, so there's emotional abuse. Okay. So these are the choices in life that you have. Okay? You can, go to some sort of counseling with your wife and figure out how to work things out. That's number one. You can, two, leave your wife. Okay? If you're unhappy, you can leave her. And then at that point, you would have 2 choices. You can go back to Egypt. No one's stopping you from doing that. Or you can file for your adjustment of status based on extreme emotional abuse. If we can prove, your extreme emotional abuse, your abuse rises to that level. So it sounds like you're going to need a consultation. But those would be your options. I mean, you can't force her to file papers for you, but also nobody's putting handcuffs on you and shackling you to the bed. So those would be your options. So hold on 1 second, and we'll see what we can do to help you. Okay?
May I add something, sir?
Mm-hmm.
She asked for divorce now, and she already hired lawyer to make divorce.
Okay.
And he prepared the paper.
You can still do an abuse case if there is in fact extreme emotional abuse. So let's
sorry, I know you have limit time, but I add something. She was I have cancer, and when I come to United States, I must follow with doctor, and I ask her many times to put me on her medical. She refused, and we go to doctor for this.
All of this is that could be extreme emotional abuse. Knowing you have cancer, knowing she can give you medical insurance, her refusing to do it, that's very, very, that's cruel. All right.
So you think, sir, maybe for little percent, I have good chance to make VAWA?
I think it's worth certainly another conversation, and I think certainly there's something there, and we got to explore it. I can't tell you right now, 10%, 50%, I have no idea, but I think it's certainly worth exploring. So hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, let's go to John in Endicott, New York.
Hey.
John, how are you?
Hey, John. Hey, John. Hi. Hey, Brian. How you doing?
How are you?
Fine, thank you. I was detained in immigration for over a year. Just got released over a month ago.
gosh.
I filed I-130. My wife filed for me. My case was not on time, so the judge ordered me deported. I appealed the judge's decision in the BIA. Now the BIA dismissed my appeal, saying that whatever the case may be. But now I'm in the Second Circuit. I'm asking, can I file? Since I'm in the Second Circuit, can I file the 485 since I'm in the Second Circuit?
No, if you've been ordered deported and you're appealing that order of deportation, you can't file an adjustment while you have final order of deportation. The only reason you haven't been deported is because your case is still on appeal. But you got to win the appeal first. You got to win the appeal first.
Yeah, but I was released on a habeas corpus. That's how I would go.
The reason why you were released on a habeas corpus is because, if your deportation isn't imminent, they can't hold you forever unless you have some underlying criminal record. So they released you, but you still can't.
No, I don't have no criminal.
I said because you probably don't have a criminal record. They released you because your deportation's not imminent because you have this, appeal pending. But until you win the appeal, you can't do an adjustment.
Oh, thank you, sir.
All right, sorry about that. Okay. All right, let's go to Mi Ling in Torrance, California. Mi Ling.
Hi, Uncle Brand.
Hi, how are you, Mi Ling?
I'm good. Thank you for taking my question.
Yes.
So I'm just filed a Form 130 for my mom.
Great.
And when I file, her status is married. However, this month, my stepdad, who is a U.S. citizen, want to proceed filing the divorce for my mom. She's supposed to do it a long time ago because he sponsored her once and she didn't pass. So my question is that should I do something to explain that?
It's not going to affect. It's not going to affect your immigration case for her. Where is she?
She's in Vietnam.
Okay, so it will not affect if he divorces her here in America. It will not affect her immigration case. But for when the divorce is final, make sure you get a copy of it, and then at that point, either with the I-130, if the I-130 is still pending. You would want to notify immigration at that point, or if the I-130 is approved and you're at the National Visa Center, notify the National Visa Center that she's since divorced. But it will not affect the processing of her case. Just let them know when the divorce.
But do you think that when she gets an interview, they would question her second marriage, that whether it's real or not, and because she didn't pass, she failed the interview when he sponsored.
Okay.
That's the thing I'm afraid.
They can always question the bona fides of the marriage. Now, there's two different concepts here. Okay. The only way that you can be denied your green card is if the government says you entered into a business marriage. Okay. They have to have evidence of that. They have to have evidence that you entered into a business marriage. Other than that, you can't be denied for misrepresentation. That's a big difference between saying you entered into a business marriage versus you showing up at an interview and you can't prove to the satisfaction of the government that you're in a real marriage. Just because you can't prove that you're in a real marriage doesn't necessarily mean it's a business marriage. I mean, you may have been in a marriage for love, you just didn't bring any documents with you. You may have been in a marriage for love and, your husband screwed it up for some reason. There's 100 reasons why, you couldn't prove it was a real marriage, then that logically doesn't mean it's absolutely a business marriage. You can't prove it's a real marriage and the government can't prove it's a business marriage. It's, stuck in the middle. So, depends what happened at that interview. Hello? What happened to Mi Ling? We lost her. Mi Ling, did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, did you hear the whole thing?
Yes. I would just, I think that most likely they're going to question because they're going to question, like, why they didn't proceed, why they didn't, do anything.
It's possible.
We didn't do anything and wait until now, since 2006.
It's possible that they could always question the marriage, but as long as there's some evidence to show it was a real marriage, I think that's really all
That's the toughest one because
Right.
They haven't seen each other since 2006, and there's just like a lot of miscommunication. And I think I feel like this case probably gonna.
Well, if you're nervous,
my mom's gonna fail again.
If you're nervous about that, then let's have a consultation about it. You know what I can say is that unless they have evidence that it's a business marriage, you're gonna have a hard time saying business marriage just because you failed your interview.
Right.
All right.
And meanwhile, if the case got approved, and let's say, her, I don't know how long I will have the proof of divorce, and if she, by the time that she go to the interview, and if she doesn't have that proof,
that's fine. She could be married still.
That's fine, right? Just
it doesn't matter.
What would we say to them? Like, she divorced, or
well, if they ask her, are you still married to your husband? The answer would be yes. We're going through a divorce. It's not final yet.
I see.
And if you're divorced, yes, I'm divorced. Here's the divorce decree.
I see. All right. Thank you very much, Uncle Brad. I appreciate you a lot.
And if you have issues, hold on one second, okay? Let's go to Kai in Chicago. Kai.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, how are you?
I have a old removal order, and my wife, she has a asylum court coming up in 2 months. And her lawyer told her that she has a very good chance to win her asylum.
Great.
Asylum, but my question is, as her husband, can I join her case and get the asylum status as well?
You would have to reopen your deportation case first.
First, I need to reopen my deportation case?
Correct. So if she wins her case, then you can reopen your deportation case because you would be eligible to live here with her because you were married to her before she was granted her asylum.
Then, I need to after if I able to open my deportation case, we need to file I-130 or just adjust. How are we gonna adjust it?
You would be included on her asylum. So what would happen is after she's granted her asylum, you would make a motion to reopen your case because you're a spouse of somebody who was granted asylum, and if you're able to reopen the case, then that's wonderful. You're no longer here under an order of deportation, and 12 months after her grant of asylum, you all just file adjustment applications.
Like 485, right?
Correct.
That application?
Correct.
Also, one more thing. A month ago, I won a green card lottery. Do I have a real chance to claim my lottery?
No, because you would have to go home and then you would self-deport.
Yeah, I talked to one lawyer and he told me that he can open my case and he can get a voluntary departure from the judge and I can go to my home country.
Yeah,
is it realistic or
that it's plausible? Is it realistic? I don't know, but it's certainly plausible. I would wait on your wife's asylum. That to me is a stronger case. And where did you apply for asylum? Is that why you got the...
Yeah, I applied asylum 12 years ago.
So then, think about it logically, Kai. All right? Let's assume your lawyer is correct. Let's assume he can reopen your case and ask for voluntary departure and for you to leave to pick up your green card. But you applied for asylum saying my life's in danger if I go back to my home country.
Yeah.
All right? So now all of a sudden, okay, because you could get a green card in your home country. Wow, my life's no longer in danger. I want to go back and get my green card. They would call you the biggest liar in America. You and Donald Trump, liar number one and Trump liar number two.
Yeah, I understand that. The good thing is for green card processing, my country, the embassies, they don't process. They can process in the other countries.
Oh, okay.
It's a very small country.
All right.
So they process in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it's possible then. But my advice would be to try with the asylum first.
Is it?
Because you said she's going for an interview in 2 months, or her final interview is in 2 months, or final.
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah.
All right. And if you have.
How long it might take to adjust to open my deportation case and adjustment so then get my work permit?
Years.
Yes. Okay. Thanks so much.
All right. Let's go to Nick in Philadelphia. Nick.
Hi, Brad. Thank you for taking my call, and thank you for everything that you do.
My pleasure.
I have a question. I got my 10-year green card in 2013 after a very abusive marriage. And 9 months after I got my green card, we separated. I got my divorce, and then I moved on. In 2015, I got married again. But fast forward now in March of 2020, I applied for my citizenship. I want to know if this would have any impact on my citizenship interview, because during to get my 10-year green card, they called us for an interview and they separated us and asked questions, and it matched up, and I got my 10-year green card. But they were basically alleging that my marriage was fake because somebody complained.
But everything matched up, so you were good.
But they were like, well, we got a tip that you paid some money, blah blah blah.
Nick, you passed your interview. It was a real marriage. So unless secretly in your heart of hearts you know you have something to hide, then you got nothing to worry about.
No, I have nothing to hide.
So it was a real marriage. It's a real marriage. You passed your interview. End of story.
So I mean, what impact would it have on my citizenship application, Brad? My citizenship interview.
Other than they may question whether you were in a real marriage, and you're telling me you're in a real marriage and you passed your interview, who cares? That's it. They may question it. Tell us more about your marriage. But it was a real marriage. You passed your interview, so I don't know what there is to worry about.
Will they ask for documents from the previous marriage and stuff?
It's possible. I doubt it, because you don't have to prove a bona fide marriage to get your green card. You're basically not having a green card for 5 years. So you don't have to prove that. But yeah, can they ask you that? If they think there was fraud in your marriage case, yes. But outside of that, no, it's not going to be an issue. And you're telling me there's no fraud in your marriage case, so then what I'm telling you is you got nothing to worry about. Just, if they ask you, they ask you. So what?
No, I'm just asking because under the current climate, they tend to. I heard they tend to make things very intimidatory.
They absolutely do. That's why I always suggest go with a lawyer. But if you're asking me, is that going to be a problem with you becoming a citizen? No. But yes, they can intimidate you. Yes, there's lots of things they can do in this current climate. They're looking to deny every person who walks into immigration.
Another quick question was, I applied in March, and I haven't gotten any notices for a fingerprint or anything. And when I checked,
coronavirus is a little better, but hopefully they're using your old fingerprints that they have. If they have your old fingerprints, they're going to use them, and they're not going to call you for new ones.
Oh, really? So I can expect an interview letter without even getting a fingerprint letter?
Yeah, because they're using old fingerprints if they have them on file.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know about it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Brad.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Ruhel in Astoria. Ruhel.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
I'm all good. Thank you. I have a quick question for you. I was arrested 6 years ago for the controlled substance in New York. And I received ACD, and case was dismissed after 6 months.
You got an ACD?
I'm planning to... Yes.
Okay.
The case was dismissed after 6 months, and also I did the community service one day. I'm planning to apply for citizenship. Do you think I have any problem with it?
If you have an ACD, you don't have a problem. You don't have a criminal record.
It was cocaine. That's why I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah, but if the case was ultimately dismissed, you're okay.
But if I do the community service or anything like that, is a conviction for immigration purpose or anything like that?
You have an ACD?
Yes. ACD 170.
If it's ACD, adjourned in contemplation dismissal, that is not a criminal record for immigration purposes.
But do you think they're going to ask me about this?
Did this happen in the last 5 years? Absolutely, they're going to ask you. Did this happen in the last 5 years?
No, this happened almost 6 years.
Okay,
Six years ago.
More than 5 years ago, they don't have a right to ask you for moral character. They only have a right to ask you because you always can be placed in deportation if you're a suspected drug dealer. So they may ask you questions about what happened with you with this arrest. They may even ask for the charging documents. Perhaps there's evidence that you were selling drugs. Then, they could always put you in deportation for that. But they would need the cop to come and testify and prove that you were selling drugs, and they couldn't even prove it in a criminal case. So how would they prove it here? So, I don't think you have much to worry about. But only thing I could possibly think that could hinder you. But if whenever you have an arrest, it's always good to go with a lawyer.
Yeah, it's also sealed. The record is sealed.
Okay. All right, hold on. So maybe you just want to go with a lawyer. Make sure you answer the questions right. Hold on 1 second. Let's go to Sam in Sacramento. Sam.
Hi, Brett.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Actually, I have a quick question. I came into the country 2018, September, with a conditional green card. And we've been married for like a year. We got married 2017, and I came in 2018. And we lived together for a few months, like 9 months. So we got separated for like a year. And now we're actually about divorce, so he's at the court right now. During the course of the wedding, we lived together for a few months. While we live together, we have the same, what they call it, and fortunately, we have a baby in the process of the marriage. But my question is, I'm going to remove a condition from my green card. I'll be due for September 12th this year, and now I want to know what I have, since we are still in the divorce process, and I've gotten all the necessary papers document I needed to back up the bona fide of the marriage.
You're going to file an I-751 based on a bona fide marriage. It's ending in divorce.
Okay.
You're going to submit whatever evidence you have that the divorce is in process, along with a copy of the birth certificate of your child to prove it's a bona fide marriage.
Yeah, I have all
the other documents, and you're going to get an RFE, request for further evidence, for the divorce judgment, and that's going to be months and months and months from September, and hopefully by that time you're divorced.
Okay, so can I go ahead with the removal procedure? With the paperwork now, and still okay.
You have to.
And I want to know, how long would it take for them to issue me an extension?
Within a couple.
Because I don't want to.
Within a couple weeks.
Well, within a couple of weeks.
Yes. All right. So now is the time to file, and you'll get an extension, and you'll submit it with whatever documents you have for the divorce.
I have.
And hopefully by the time they ask you for the divorce judgment, you're divorced. And if you need help, hold on 1 second. Let's go to Lisa in Pensacola, Florida. Lisa.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's going
on? I have a question. I have my 10-year green card that I got this year, but I'm currently filing for unemployment. Would that affect me in any way?
Nope.
And also, when I become a citizen, I want to file for my family back home. But my mother's name, her first name was spelled wrong on my birth certificate. And that's the name that I use for my visa and my green card process. Would that cause a problem?
Well, you may have to give an affidavit explaining why the name is spelled wrong, and hopefully they accept it. And if they don't accept it, then what will eventually happen is you're going to prick your finger for blood. Your mom will prick her finger for blood, and the DNA will match, and she'll prove she's the mother.
Okay, because I didn't realize until way back then,
Usually when it's like a letter off, you can just do it by an affidavit and they accept it. Sometimes they ask for a DNA. If it's a completely different name, then they'll definitely ask for a DNA.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on how much of a difference it is.
Because they added an extra letter in her name, so it's a whole new name.
Yeah, so, you do it by affidavit and hope for the best, and if not, then you'll do a DNA test.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Chris in Charlotte, North Carolina. Chris.
Hey, Brad.
Hi. How are you?
Thank you for what you're doing. I really appreciate your work. I have a quick question, Brad. I filed my I-360 in 2018.
Right.
In October 2018, and I filed my I-485 in the same time. And my I-360 got approved in March this year, 2020, sorry. March 24th, 2020, my I-360 got approved. And I got initial grant of deferred action notice as well. Mm-hmm. Can you explain me what is that? And my I-485 is still pending.
Well, your I-360, what it means is that they approve the fact that you were in a bona fide marriage with your wife, and that you were an abused spouse, and that you're a person of good moral character, and that's the I-360 approval. And when they give you the deferred prosecution, what they're saying is, no matter what, we promise not to deport you.
Oh, okay.
And now you have a pending I-45, which is for your adjustment, and eventually you'll get an interview, and hopefully all goes well, and you get your green card.
And is it safe to travel right now on this time?
Travel where?
Outside the USCIS to India, my country.
If you have advanced parole, but
yes,
I would not travel at this moment. Not because of immigration, but because of coronavirus, because Trump's crazy. And maybe you go to India, and India, there's a big spike of coronavirus right now, and then all of a sudden he says people on advanced parole can't come back. So I'd be concerned about traveling, and then all of a sudden they change the rules while you're out of the country. So, so I would stay here temporarily at least and see how things go.
So how long is it going to take? Do you have any idea? I mean, for the interview?
This guy knows. You see this? You watching my show? The Magic 8 Ball knows the answer. When will Chris from Charlotte get his interview? Will it be this year? It says Magic 8 Ball says you can rely on it being this year. It says you can rely on it. So this year sometime, hopefully.
Sure. And one last question, Brad. To give visa to my parents, can I able to do it right now at this moment?
No, you don't give visas to anybody. The U.S. Embassy gives visas.
Yeah, I mean, to file. Can I file?
No, you cannot file anything until you're a citizen for your parents. Can your parents go apply for a visitor's visa? Yes. Are they going to get it right now in the coronavirus pandemic? Absolutely, they won't get it.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Brad.
All right. Let's go to...
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Emily in Graham, North Carolina. Emily.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Brad.
How are you?
I'm trying to be okay. My question is the financial assistance form a public charge?
Financial assistance for what?
It has to do with healthcare, like at the hospital or whatever, whichever healthcare. They give you a form that you filled out, and it lasts only for 6 months.
Well, if they're just giving you like discounted rates out of the goodness of their heart, that's not Medicaid. If the federal government is paying for your medical services, then that's a different story.
Oh, so it won't affect my green card issue?
No. So in other words, if some hospitals say, well, if you can't afford to pay this fee, we'll take this fee, and that's fine. If it's a situation where they're like, apply for Medicaid, and Medicaid will pay your fee, then with a green card you could still do it. It's just, if you want to file for somebody else in the future, you're gonna have a problem.
Oh, okay. So what if I
So in other words, green card holder, go get Medicaid. Okay. By the way, there's two issues with a green card holder getting Medicaid. One is I've never seen it happen in my entire life, but then again, everything I've seen in 2020 I haven't seen happen. So who the hell knows what'll happen in the future? I've never seen the federal government go after anybody who signed an affidavit of support because their loved one applied for Medicaid. Now, is that possible under Donald Trump in the future? Absolutely. I can't guarantee you he won't. But that's the person who signed the affidavit of support. But as far as you getting Medicaid, it doesn't affect your green card. The only thing it would affect is if you want to apply for somebody in the future.
Okay, because right now I'm planning on giving you a call concerning me and my daughter. My husband is already a U.S. citizen from here. So we'll be giving you a call in the next 2-3 months. But in my mind, I was just more worried about the form concerning the healthcare, which I filled out for 6 months concerning my health issues.
I don't understand. I don't understand what your concern is. Concern is what?
Okay, the form has to do at the hospital, like if you get a certain amount of bills.
You're talking about filing for who?
Okay. My husband will be filing for me and my 16-year-old daughter.
Didn't you just tell me that you have a green card?
No. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then it's a completely different story. If you don't have a green card and you got Medicaid from the government, that's a problem. Okay, I don't know what financial assistance you got. So you need to show it. You would need to show it to me, and then I can tell you.
We were planning to give you a call,
Yeah, have
so
a
like,
consultation so I can see exactly what you're talking about. Hold
so
on.
you understand better. Okay.
All right. I assumed you had a green card. I gave you an answer as if you had a green card. My apologies. John in Birmingham, Alabama. John.
Hey, Bob.
How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
Fair. What's up?
Yeah. Thank you for your good job, first of all.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen, and I got the I-130 approved since just in February.
Right.
But in the meantime, I had some changes on my file. My wife, she got born, so we have a kid.
You're
now
a U.S. citizen filing for your wife, or your wife's filing for you?
I am a U.S. citizen filing for my wife.
Okay, where is she?
She's in Africa now.
Okay, and you have a child together?
Yeah, the child is in Africa.
The child was born in Africa?
Yeah.
Okay, so that child should be a U.S. citizen. You should be able to bring that child into the U.S. Embassy and get that child a U.S. passport.
Yeah, so I'm gonna apply for the passport and
let me ask you a question though. When that child was born, you were a U.S. citizen.
I was already.
Okay, and you've been living in the United States at least the last 5 years.
For 6 years.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so the child's a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, my question is because right now, it's really difficult to go apply for the, to get an appointment to go to apply for the passport and everything for the child. But right now, I'm filling out the NDC document.
Right.
But I have questions because should I include the child in the affidavit of support?
If you support the child, yes, that's somebody you support.
Okay, so I'm going to put 2 people. I mean, like, which means only 3 people.
Yes.
Okay, on the I-864. What should I answer if my spouse, because my spouse is already, because I'm a U.S. citizen, there's a question on the DS260 where they're asking if you guys are moving are you guys moving to US together? It's a yes or no. Or somebody's gonna join another one. I'm kind of confused because it doesn't give me an option to say.
These are questions your spouse should be answering. So it's not you. So put it into the shoes of your spouse. The question is something to the effect, are you joining somebody in the United States? Yes, my husband.
The question is, are you guys moving?
The question is not, are you guys? There's no question, are you guys? All of the questions are designed to be answered by your wife. And the question is something to the effect, who are you coming to join in America? And the answer is my U.S. citizen husband, John, in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. What should I answer?
This is not a show how to fill out John's forms. Hold on 1 second. I'll help you off the air. Other than that, let's do Bradshaw Live, how to fill out John's forms. Let's go to Charlie in Clifton, New Jersey. Charlie.
Hi, hello?
Good. Charlie, what's up?
Yeah, good afternoon, Uncle Brad. So I have a nephew that is working under C category approved VAWA, but he's currently being paid in cash. They're not giving him a check. Would that affect him at the I-45 interview for good moral character?
Well, he's got to file a tax return at the end of the year and claim he's an independent contractor and declare the cash, and then he's the person of good moral character.
Okay, so he can just go ahead and work on that part.
Yeah, and just file on his own at the end of the year. I get paid in cash.
Okay, but no. Why? The thing is, his interview might be before the end, before January, because his card was he had an approved case.
Right. Well, if
January
that's the case, then he's not due to file tax returns till next year.
Okay, but that would not affect him at the I-45 interview.
No, because he hasn't done anything wrong.
Oh, okay.
Right. As long as he's filing his taxes based on every penny he earns, he's done nothing wrong.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, man.
Okay. Let's go to Fatu in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Fatu.
Hi, Brenda. This is Fatu.
Yes.
I have a question. My husband came in U.S. 2002, and he was trying to bring me in U.S., and one of his friends won a lottery ticket to come in U.S. Then my husband made me to go marry that man so that he can be able to brought me to him.
Whoa. Your husband sent another man for you to marry another man so you can come join your husband?
Yeah, one of his friends told my husband that we can make fake marriage so that he can bring me.
Fat too?
Yes.
All right. I assume you're a half a smart lady, right? At least half a smart lady.
Yes.
Okay, why would you come on my show and just tell me about a business marriage you entered into and tell the world? Why would you do that? You just admitted to committing a crime. You want to admit to robbing a bank, murdering somebody, being part of Jeffrey Epstein's entourage? What else would you like to admit to?
Sorry about that.
No, you're not sorry about me. I'm sorry for you. I think you need a personal, one-on-one, confidential consultation. Hold on one second. Let's go to Abdullah in Phoenix, Arizona. Abdullah.
Hello, how you doing, Mr. Brett?
How are you?
I love your show, by the way,
Thank
man. I have a question for you. So, I'm from Iraq, and I came here in 2001 because of my dad. My dad's an embassy, and we never.
What do you mean your dad's an embassy? Your dad worked. For the
he worked in the embassy.
Okay, so
yeah,
they
he
gave
worked
him a
for
visa
them.
to come here. Okay.
Yeah, he came. He came here through a visa, and
okay. What was your
we just
visa?
never got.
What was your visa that you came here on?
I do not know. It was an embassy visa. It was the same visa as his. It's a G visa, yeah.
So you
with
worked.
a G visa.
Your dad worked for the Iraqi government.
Yeah,
he
did.
Your dad didn't work at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. Your dad was.
No.
Your dad was a diplomat.
Yes, he was a
Okay, all right,
diplomat.
because those were two different things. Okay, so your dad comes
Yeah.
here on a diplomat. It's either a G or an A visa, and this was in 2001. This was right before.
No. I'm sorry. Not 2001. I apologize. It was after. It was after all. It was after 2003. After when the troopers came to Iraq and invaded Iraq.
So this was not. He did not work as a diplomat under the Saddam Hussein regime, the future regime. Okay, and where is your dad now?
My dad is here, and we just never went back because they threatened us, and we got letters if we come back.
Did you ever file for asylum?
He did. We did file asylum, and we got a lawyer, not a good lawyer, but he said that he gave us he was like, you guys not going to win the case. The only thing you guys could do is just live here with work permits, for the rest of our lives.
So you got withholding of removal?
No, we didn't. Yes, we did.
You got withholding of removal. Right, so you lost your asylum, but you got withholding of removal, which is the government says, yes, your life's in danger, we're not going to deport you. You didn't prove asylum, but we realize your life's in danger, so we're not going to deport you, get a work permit. Okay, and now your question is what?
Now, here's my question. Now, my sister is a U.S. citizen, by the way. She was born here, and my brother is a U.S. citizen. They were both born in New York City. But my sister is giving adjustment to them, which is I-485 for my mom and dad.
Correct.
And me.
No, not for you. Not for you.
Not for me.
No,
so
just
that's what I was.
Just for mom and dad. The only thing you can do would be if you were to marry an American citizen in a bona fide marriage, you would be able to adjust your status. Otherwise, anything else you do would require you to go back to Iraq, and your life's in danger in Iraq.
So I can't go back to Iraq because they will kill me if I go back to Iraq.
Right. Yeah. Now you can conceivably have your mother and father file an I-130 visa petition for you after they get their green cards, get that approved, wait on the waiting list for 5 or 6 years. Then at that point, when you become eligible for your green card, file a motion to reopen your case your deportation case so you can leave the country and you don't leave under an order of deportation. Do a provisional waiver so you can return and ask for a third country like Canada or Mexico to process your green card so you don't have to go back to Iraq. So I mean, conceivably there's a pathway. It's a complicated pathway, but conceivably there's a pathway for you to get your green card that way. But if you're, all I can tell you is if you fall in love, make sure they're an American, and then that would be faster.
So I do have a girlfriend, but I love her and everything, but we are getting married actually. But now, with that being said,
citizen?
Yes, she is a U.S.
So then
citizen. Now she could fix me.
So Abdullah, this is what you do. Okay, sometimes in life you got to speed things up because of the situation you're in. So it'd be nice, if you want to wait 3 more years, but if you're in love and you're getting married, go buy a ring and go do it so you can straighten out your immigration.
Now, just a question. Now, when you get married, I don't have to go back. I mean, I don't have to go to Mexico. I could just stay here.
You would have to file an I-130 visa petition. This would be the process.
Okay.
You would file an I-130 visa petition, prove it's a bona fide marriage, get the I-130 visa petition approved. Then you have to request when you file the I-130 visa petition a bona fide marriage exemption. Other than that, it'll be denied, so make sure you do that. And then once the I-130 is approved, make a motion to reopen your case. Let the judge reopen your case. Show back up to court. Ask the judge to adjust your status based on the approved I-130. The judge should say yes. The judge should terminate your deportation and allow you to file your adjustment. So it would be that process.
Okay. But I could still now apply for my work permit, correct?
You can continue for your work permit because you have withholding of removal, even after you marry, even if you file the I-130.
Yeah, because they're talking about reopening the case and that could deport me.
Reopening the case, you only reopen the case after you get the I-130 approved. Remember the order I told you? Because if you reopen the case beforehand, yes, it's possible you get deported. Okay, so you get the I-130 approved, then reopen the case. And if you need help, call me. Hold on one second. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.